I'm Isaac, and every day on this channel we go through everything Trump talked about on True Social over the last 24 hours. And today's video is all focused on the State of the Union because that's everything Trump talked about today. Let's start with this standout moment in which, when Democrats were asked the question, "Stand up if you believe that we should protect Americans above illegals," they refused to stand.
Agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Shortly after that, the chamber became so chaotic with Ilhan Omar and other members of the squad screaming at Trump. And Trump was not happy about that, saying, "When you watch low IQ Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib as they screamed uncontrollably last night at the very elegant State of the Union, such an important and beautiful event. They had the bulging, bloodshot eyes of crazy people, lunatics, mentally deranged and sick, who frankly look like they should be institutionalized." When people can behave like that, knowing that they are crooked and corrupt politicians, so bad for our country, we should send them back to where they came, as fast as possible. They can only damage the United States of America. They can do nothing to help it. They should actually get on a boat with Trump deranged Robert De Niro, another sick and demented person with, I believe, an extremely low IQ, who has absolutely no idea what he's doing or saying, some of which is seriously criminal. When I watched him break down in tears last night, much like a child would do, I realized that he may even be sicker than crazy Rosie O'Donnell, who is right now in Ireland, trying to figure out how to come back into our beautiful United States. The only difference between De Niro and Rosie is that she's probably somewhat smarter than him, which isn't saying much. The good news is that America is now bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before, and it's driving them absolutely crazy. President Donald J. Trump. Another standout moment from the State of the Union was Donald Trump showing a true American hero. Donald Trump awarded U.S. Army Chief Warrant Officer Eric Slover the nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor, during the State of the Union address for his heroic actions in Operation Absolute Resolve. That's a picture of this happening, and if you guys missed it, this guy was responsible for landing a helicopter. He got shot out multiple times and still was able to land it. Without him, the whole Operation Absolute Resolve, capturing Maduro, would have failed. Donald Trump also highlighted Anna Zarutska, who is the mother of Irena Zarutska, and she was a 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee who was stabbed 3 times and killed on August 22nd, 2025, while commuting on a Charlotte light rail train in North Carolina. Irena had come to the U.S. seeking safety and a new life, only for her life to be cut short. Her killer had been in and out of prison since 2011, with charges ranging for making threats to felony larceny, and was released from jail by former Governor Roy Cooper. In North Carolina, the killing prompted the passage of House Bill 307, Irena's Law, which set out various criminal law reforms. And this is her mother, Anna. The crazy part about this moment was when she was introduced, all the Republicans stood, but most of the Democrats stayed sitting. Donald Trump also showed Delilah Coleman, a first grader who was severely injured in a car accident caused by an illegal alien driving a semi-truck with a CDL. Her injuries include a traumatic brain injury, cerebral palsy, and she'll need lifelong care and therapy. The driver crossed the border in 2022 and was released into the country by the Biden administration. Her and her father were at the State of the Union, and the White House says that she is our why. That's a picture of her. And again, when she was introduced, Democrats did not stand. Other people that were there was the U.S. hockey team. They were introduced so amazingly at the beginning. Donald Trump was hyping them up and they all came in. Quite a unifying moment for the country. And the White House says, "And no, we're not tired of winning yet." And Trump reposted that. He also kind of yelled that a lot during the speech. Let's listen to this.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, To prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Look at this moment. All the Democrats stand up.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up.
So a pretty fun moment to start off the speech. But what did Trump actually talk about? Well, he mentioned Megan Hamhauser, who's a bartender and waits tables at night. She homeschools her 2 children. Her husband works 10 to 15 hours of overtime per week operating heavy equipment. Her family's going to receive more than $5,000 extra per year thanks to the working families tax cut or no tax on overtime. He also mentioned Trump accounts, saying go to trumpaccounts.gov to jumpstart the American dream, get $1,000 per child. Talked about how our border is secure, our spirit is restored, and America is respected again, perhaps like never before. And a quote from the speech was, from 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for the next. Now it's our turn. He also said pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay, and that got bipartisan support, including from Elizabeth Warren. He also called to end sanctuary cities. He said homes are for people, not corporations. He said last month I signed an executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes. Now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent because homes are for people, not corporations. He talked about his $1776 warrior dividend to support our military, and he talked a lot about God, bringing up Charlie Kirk. He actually invited Erica Kirk and she was in attendance. The White House says America is one nation under God, and Trump reposted that. He also said God bless you and God bless the United States of America. And he says, because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it still turns to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. And the Democrats didn't stand for any of this. Americans over illegals, voter ID, the lowest murder rate in 125 years, ending fraud and waste, angel families, tough on crime policies, no tax on tips, overtime, or Social Security, crushing fentanyl, a secure border. And the White House says that that's exactly what Democrats refuse to stand for. It tells you everything. So that was everything Donald Trump said on Truth Social over the last 24 hours. For me, and I think a lot of other people, the standout was when Donald Trump said, who do you care more about, illegal immigrants or Americans? Who are you going to prioritize? And the Democrats didn't stand for American citizens. I think that's largely the message that Donald Trump won on in 2024. It wasn't really about Trump, right? There's the whole Kamala Harris is for they, them ad, and Donald Trump is for you. I don't think that was as much about transgenderism. Rather, it was the American people saying, we're sick and tired of the Democrats focusing on the priorities of this 1%, this small group. We want them to focus on everybody. And I think they showed that again. In 2024, people wanted a return to normalcy. They wanted a good economy. It's so easy. I mean, Joe Biden's out of office. It's easy to forget all of the problems with the border, all of the problems with inflation. It's very easy to forget problems when they're solved, and it's also very easy to call out people when problems still exist. And so what I loved about this State of the Union is that Donald Trump highlighted people over policies. He barely talked about policy. Instead, he kept bringing people in and in and in, saying, here's what I did. This is what my policies did. Here's who it affected. One of the most touching moments is when this man who was a political prisoner in Venezuela, he got to come in and reunite with his daughter now that Maduro isn't the president anymore. And I think the Democrats kind of shot themselves in the foot. I think it was super easy for them to stand. I don't know why they would have not stood over prioritizing Americans. And I think they kind of just, again, shot themselves in the foot. Let's face it, Donald Trump's polling has been low. But I think speeches like this show that there's still hope, because Donald Trump is not necessarily the best at getting people to vote for him, but he's really good at getting people not to vote for the other side. And this speech once again showed that. It showed the craziness of the Democrats. Again, we looked at the whole list of things that the Democrats didn't stand for, and it really was quite astounding. Another moment from this speech was when Donald Trump called out the Supreme Court over tariffs. I thought this was going to go a whole lot worse. I mean, if you guys have been watching this channel, we've heard Trump talk about how the Supreme Court is a disgrace to our country. They're influenced by foreign nations. But what did he actually say? When it came time to talk about tariffs, what he said was it was an unfortunate decision. And that's not norm shattering whatsoever. Biden said that in 2022 when they overturned his OSHA mandates and Roe versus Wade. So Donald Trump didn't shatter any norms. I think from the perspective of an uninformed voter, someone who doesn't really follow all the political stuff. I think Trump came off as energetic, and that contrasted with the Democrats who came off as just angry. So we'll see if this moves the needle. Typically, State of the Unions don't actually move the needle whatsoever, but I do think this definitely revives some sort of energy and party unity within the Republican Party. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you want to support the channel, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys tomorrow.